My Amplified unit, the Amplified Man, stirring the pot once more just hours before Monday Night Raw with this impromptu Monday afternoon video where I am doubling down on the comments that I made in yesterday's AEW Fyter Fest review video. A video where I stood 110% behind Cody Rhodes' decision to take that chair shot to the dome piece. Come to find out, word around the campfire is it was supposed to be a gimmick chair shot. The backing, the top kind of bent over, and that's what caused the 12 staples. So it should have been no harm, no foul, nobody getting offended too much if they didn't see blood. But no, of course, today's society, as soft as they are, they needed to cry, and they needed to educate the wrestlers as if they didn't know what headshots could do, chair shots. And then, as I made those comments in support of Cody, I get some comments, BC, what about CTE? And I literally, this is no lie guys, got paragraphs from people about what CTE is and what it can do. As if I don't know, as if Cody doesn't know, as if these pro wrestlers don't know the consequences. It doesn't mean they're gonna stop living life the way they choose to or want to. He's the professional wrestler, it's a company he helped build, and he felt that was a moment where that needed to help tell the story. Who the fuck are you to tell him differently? And you're probably the same person that wants change, that wants a riskier company. Good competition, different than WWE. You're supposed to be AEW's fan base, but you'll turn your back on them, wham, the second they make a decision that goes against your beliefs in 2019. Your soft little pussyfooting beliefs. We know about CTE. We don't need you educating us and parenting us. We know about what concussions can lead to. We don't need you teaching us and parenting us. Everyone knows. Cody knows. We know smoking can cause cancers. People are still gonna smoke. It's their life. If they choose to, they can do such. We know extra cheese on your pasta and ordering double and triple cheeseburgers can clog your TikTok machine much quicker than the average. They're still gonna order double cheeseburgers. They're still gonna ask for extra cheese on their pasta. It's their right to do such. Don't like it? Go to a different restaurant. Where maybe it's a vegan restaurant. Maybe people don't even touch cheese. Who the fuck knows? They're still going to live their life. Don't tell the Amplified Man, don't yell as much, man. What about heart attacks? I'd rather live 50 plus good, great, phenomenal years where I'm living passionately in a life full of energy and passion and to be who I am. I'd rather live 50 great years than 75 mediocre years. Don't tell the Amplified Man not to yell. Don't tell people how to be and how to live and how they should act and what they should be doing. People are not scared fucking carbon copy robots like you. They're going to live their life. I saw people using Chris Benoit's name. BC, people are pissed because Chris Benoit, nuff said. What the fuck are you talking about, dog? Do you even know what you're talking about? The majority of Chris Benoit's headshots were self-inflicted. Headbutts off the top rope, which is his finisher. And just wear and tear via wrestling moves, not chair shots. Benoit wasn't taking hundreds of chair shots a year, like some wrestlers I could name. Benoit was doing a lot of other shit, and most of it other wrestling moves. That's what led to Chris Benoit's brain looking like a fucking 85-year-old's. I believe it was 85-year-old Alzheimer's patient is what the final report said. It wasn't just chair shots to the head, and you're just gonna take all these chair shots. Chris Benoit, that's what it leads to. BC, it can lead to CTE, which leads to... It was a multiple of issues going on with Chris Benoit. Don't even fucking play that game and pin that on somebody like Cody. And saying he's promoting it, or AEW is promoting that shit. Bullshit! These are trained professionals. They know what they're doing, and they're gonna take risks and chances. You drop fucking names and act like you know what the fuck you're talking about. The majority of these concussions and injuries aren't from chair shots. In fact, if you ask me, there are concussions coming out 7 to 10 every fucking week in WWE, it seems. But what happened? They took away chair shots. Why are there still this many concussions? I'll tell you why. It's hitting your head on the canvas, dumbass. Wrestling moves are causing more concussions than chair shots ever would. And leading to more fucking injuries. And leading toward CTE and other fucking shit than chair shots ever would. You don't got no fucking proof that chair shots are the fucking leading cause. The leading cause is the actual move-to-move wrestling. Trust me. Look at Alexa Bliss. She got 2 or 3 concussions in about a year just by hitting her head on the fucking canvas. Didn't even look that severe. NFL, 90% of their concussions, 90% plus, I would say, by the way, is just hitting your head on the fucking turf, on the grass, on the field. But they try to take away the head-to-head collisions, right? The NFL went and tried to take away the kickoff. They did. They moved up the kickoff. So now there's not even that awesome battle when you have the kickoff to start the game and you have one team running at the other team and they all collide. That was the funnest part of football. The game is on. Now the ball's just landing in the end zone, no combat, and we just start at the 20-yard line, 25-yard line. Whatever the fuck. They keep moving that shit up too. They're changing the game and it's making it fucking worse. I'm down with safety, brah. But you can't fucking coddle these motherfuckers to where there is no fun game anymore. The parenting police moved up the kickoff line in the NFL, then they added more pussyfooting, hokey-pokey rules, and the game got a lot less fun than back in the day. The players have even said such. This isn't even just Monday morning quarterbacking, so to speak, or critics, or reviewers. The players are saying, damn, I want those kickoffs back. That shit should be back at the 20-yard line. I should be able to make a defensive hit. That's near the head. I'm not fucking going at the head. Sometimes that's just a football play. There's the fucking parenting police. It's one thing to educate. We have new knowledge. People now can take this knowledge and do what they will. Knowledge about smoking, extra cheese in your food, yelling too much. Chair shots to the head. That's great. We have knowledge. That doesn't mean we have to abide by your little safety bubble like WWE does. Safety of your performers, absolutely. If I see Cody Rhodes taking 10 shots from the chair a year, then I'm going to join you and say, nah, bro, that's not needed. One chair shot to tell a story and help catapult Shawn Spears and help separate the distinction between WWE and AEW. I'm for it. One shot. And everybody blew their fucking lid, blew a gasket. Oh my God, with what we know today, we're seeing that. Cody Rhodes should be ashamed. AEW needs to take action. TNT, don't allow this. This is the shit that I was reading. What happened to educating people and letting them live? A gimmick chair shot to show his AEW, that's right, his, because he helped get that thing off the ground. Cody Rhodes takes a shot to help show people that they're not going to conform to WWE's safety bubble, that they will take risks. They're not afraid to take chances. You can watch them for something different if you're not totally satisfied with WWE. And those same people that were supposed to be on board with AEW turn their backs on them. I guess they weren't AEW fucking fans. Maybe most of them are just WWE fucking fanboys and they're showing their loyalty by trashing AEW. Maybe that's the case. I don't know. There's a lot of shit out there that can help people, and it's great that we have the education. But this is not, you don't own that company. You are not the performer that Cody is. He's the professional wrestler. It's his spot, his show. Let him fucking work. If he keeps doing it, then we can have a discussion. Maybe that's too much. That's not needed. Bro, what about you? What about Brandy? A family one day. Your family that you have right now even. What about them? You know, then we can talk. But if you're going to sit there and your argument is, yes, but every one of these little shots, BC, can lead to something bigger in the future and can lead to CT. Of course! Every cigarette can lead you closer to death. Every fucking cheeseburger leads you closer to death. Every time I make a video leads me closer. Every time you walk outside and breathe air, it leads you closer to a fucking death. Nobody's getting out alive. You're all gonna fucking die. Deal with it! Stop trying to tell everyone how to fucking be. Stop being offended by everything. I raised a question in yesterday's video. Is today's fucking fan, basically today's society, soft? It's rhetorical. Yes! A lot of those people that tried to tell me about CTEs and concussions and why this was wrong with Cody, a lot of them started it off with, I'm not soft, so don't get it twisted. But I don't believe, and I'm like, come on, bro. If you need to defend the fact that you're soft, then you're soft. You would never have made it in the 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s growing up, I assure you. I know I would have. I'm hardcore to the fucking bone, baby. Are you? Can you really look in the mirror and say, I'm hardcore? I could have survived in the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, 50s, when times were rough, man, and you had to be a man. And women had to woman up. There was shit that needed to get done. BC, it's not the 20s, 30s, 40s, and 50s. It's 2019, and we have the info to save people. Save them from what? Your world? Your reality? The life that you want to live? You're going to save them from the life they want to live. They can't live the life they want to live. They can't do their profession the way they want to. They can't be who they are and what they want to be because your life fucking lessons and goals don't revolve or don't fucking in line with them. Bullshit. I got one comment that was fucking great, man. This shows a respect for the amplified man while showing and voicing a difference of opinion, but doing it in a respectable way, in a way that's not parenting or being offended. This is from Jordan. Jordan wrote, what's up, BC in the AMP unit? Proud amplified unit member reporting for duty all the way from France. Thanks, Jordan. That's awesome. In my opinion, the entire Western society has gone soft. In full agreement there, Jordan. He says, but personally, I never liked unprotected chair shots to the head in the first place. And diving top rope headbutts. He didn't mention Benoit, but what did I say earlier in this video? That's where a lot of Benoit's injuries came from. Using his head first, not chair shots. People will blame it on the chair, though. But see what I mean about Jordan? Respectable as fuck with a difference of opinion. Some people have a difference of opinion and they don't know how to portray it, so they come off as rude, fucking ignorant fucks. And those are the ones that I'll boot right off the fucking channel. Jordan's respectable as fuck. What's up, amplified man? Hey, personally, I never liked the shit, but he's saying it in a to each their own approach. Everyone has opinions on it. That's great. Jordan's not parenting them. Jordan's not online trying to get petitions going to TNT and to AEW never to do this again. Like Cody and all of them are just infants that need to be fucking taught lessons from their parents. They're grown adults. They're professionals. They know what these risks can lead to. And if you're going to tell me, oh, BC, well, maybe they don't want their children watching that and thinking it's acceptable, then they shouldn't be watching pro wrestling. It's all about combat. Scripted, doesn't matter. Planned, choreographed, fake, whatever you want to call it. It's combat, brah. You lost that discussion the second you allowed them to watch the opening bell. Jordan was respectful while voicing his opinion that differed from mine, by the way. And he didn't offend anybody. He didn't try to parent anybody. If you're gonna be voicing your difference in opinion, learn how to do it. Don't parent people. Don't try to give us facts on what head injuries can lead to. We know. A gimmick chair shot to the dome piece that just went wrong, cracked, and it split his head. If that head split didn't happen, would it be a big of an issue right now? Who knows? Probably, because people get offended over every little thing. You're so used to WWE safety bubble, you can't dare see a chair shot to the head now. BC, my only question is, why do we even need it anymore? Knowing what we know now, just do without it. Because sometimes these professionals feel that it's needed in the story. When Shawn Spears gave that headshot, before we even saw blood, everyone went, oh! Shawn Spears instantly became a talking point. Don't tell Cody how to do his job or anyone else. Austin says put your hands up beforehand. Absolutely, Austin doesn't speak for everyone. Mick Foley might say, hey man, I regret some of that shit, but that's the shit that bought me the houses, got me all those appearances, all that money. That's the shit that made me a household name. So, 50-50. What's good for the goose might not be good for the gander. What's good for you might not be good for everyone else. Keep it to yourself, or if you want to give your opinion, let that shit out, but don't teach, don't parent. Starbucks in California. I was just in fucking California, what, a month, 2 months ago? And I didn't know this. In California, there's ingredients that are used in things like Starbucks coffee. And in California, it's a law where they have to post all these signs saying that what you're about to consume might cause cancers down the line. So picture that, the Amplified man, he's starting his day, he's feeling good, he's got his nice hot coffee being brewed, and as that's being made, I look down and I got a notice telling me that the coffee I'm about to drink might cause cancers in the future. Well, that's great! Fuck! Every sip of that coffee, now I'm gonna be thinking, fuck, one step closer to fucking death. But they tell you. They didn't just shut down Starbucks. They didn't shut down the making of the coffee. They told you this is a risk. Drink this coffee, you might die. So of course the Amplified man's like, toast! Boom! Let's get another one! Because some people are just nutty like that. I'm one of them. Let me live, bro. Don't sign a petition to shut down Starbucks coffee. Because I might get fucking hurt in the long run. Don't worry, bro. I'm good. I know the risks. I know what's up. I'll take them. You should do the same with life. Take calculated risks. Don't try to take Starbucks away from me, brah. Just let me drink the coffee. You can tell people. You can warn them. Don't parent them. You don't want to see chair shots. You know what it can do. You don't want another Chris Benoit, you say. Well, if you knew your facts, you would know these chair shots are a minuscule part of the problem. If you're going to take away chair shots, then you have to cancel wrestling. Because the wrestling moves are causing way more head injuries, way more evolution toward CTE than any chair shot ever would. These are facts. I've done my research. I've listened to countless Chris Nowinski studies and lectures. You look at the concussions today in WWE, and there are so many of them lately. So many. I'm not going to play the game of if there's more today than yesterday, because back in the day, they didn't really know how to treat it or to tell if somebody was concussed. So I'm not going to play that game. Maybe there was way more back in the day because they were doing crazier shit. Maybe all the chair shots, no question. But if you're gonna tell me that today there's not so many because of your head hitting the fucking mat, bro, it's night and day. The professional wrestling moves alone cause way more head injuries than just chair shots. Back in the Attitude Era, they were doing way more than just chair shots. They were doing some heavy hitting bullshit. You know, some of it, okay, maybe we could do without. Even the chair shots, guys. By the way, I'm in agreement, as I said actually, and yeah, I don't need to fight, this isn't a big revelation. I said it in yesterday's video, I've already said it in this video. I'll triple down on it. I don't need to see a wrestler taking 10 headshots a year. Absolutely not. But if they want to every now and again, what the fuck? It shouldn't be an ooh, we have to sign a petition moment. Just because it's 2019 doesn't mean you need to be soft. Doesn't mean you need to lecture and teach and parent everybody because they're not living the way you are. Or because you feel they could be healthier and safer and you want a safer world. Life isn't fucking cupcakes, rainbows, and fascinating stories. Sometimes they end tragically. But you know what? It probably isn't so tragic for the actual human because they got to live life the way they wanted to. They took 50 great years over 75 mediocre. They took 75 amazing over 100 mediocre. Sometimes people want to live and do what they creatively want to do. So yeah, I doubled down on it. I'll triple down, I'll quad down. It doesn't matter anymore. Opinions are opinions. They're like assholes. Everybody's got one and they're usually full of shit. So everyone can have their opinion, but don't think for 1 second, or at least don't lie to yourself. Don't think that headshots in football, helmet to helmet, is what's causing all the CTE cases. Don't think that in WWE or in pro wrestling, chair shots is what's causing all the CTE. No, it's all the fucking move to move situations that are happening in football, in wrestling, in every other sport. It's those professional athletes in the NFL that are hitting their heads on the field that are getting all the concussions. It's the fucking head landing on the mat awkwardly or in the wrong place, wrong way. Those are what's causing the concussions in pro wrestling. Chair shots are a very minuscule part of it. And yeah, if you're going to take 100 a year, they can play a major part. But before you name drop people like Chris Benoit, and before you give studies of something called CTE, know what you're talking about. You tell me how many chair shots Cody Rhodes takes to his dome piece, and then you take one gimmick chair shot that there was a mishap, and it split his head, and you're gonna say, that shouldn't be done. Pro wrestling should just be about trading off some high fives and passing along some Skittles. You're basically gonna kill sports. You're gonna kill pro wrestling eventually. By the year 2030, there's gonna be so many studies and so many people offended. National Football League is gonna be 50% downgraded from what it is today. And it's already 20% downgraded from what it was 10 years ago. But there's safety, BC! That's great. Now it just sucks. You took the fucking passion out of the sport. Pro wrestling, what are you gonna do eventually by 2030? Pile drivers gone, chair shots gone, DDTs are gonna be next, they have to be. Suicide dives have to be gone, all these moves have to be done. Moonsaults, because your head goes upside down, you could land on your head. These are the things they're going to come across. What happens if they land on their head in a moonsault? They're all the way up, they land on the outside, that's on the mat. Where does it end, guys? You might laugh, BC's kind of got a point, and that's funny, it'll never come to that, but who says it will never come? All it takes is a group to sign a petition at some, like, fucking little liberal college. DDTs in pro wrestling are gonna kill people. It leads devastatingly to CT, and DDTs are gone. The DDT, a staple mate like the pile driver used to be in pro wrestling, gone. You want to take away the pile driver? Hey, that's cool, man. People almost got paralyzed. I get it, but where does it end? The DDT is next. Anytime somebody, the flying top rope headbutt, definitely gone, right? Head first, can't do that. Major League Baseball showed you that. You can't dive anymore head first. You gotta go feet first. Well, the whole point was the collision that tried to jive off the ball out of the catcher's hand. That was the whole point of running into the catcher. That's what made the game fun. Now you're sliding in, the ball's not gonna come out. Your foot has to hit the glove right at the right fucking spot for the glove to pop out of the catcher's, for the ball to pop out of the catcher's glove. We're already seeing every sport try to appease. For safety, I'm all for safety. But when you start changing shit and changing the way human beings want to pursue their craft, I have an issue with that. We know the risks. Let us take it, man. Let us live. Play 9 years of football. I got it, bro. But if you go through college, you go through the NFL, you're going to hit your head even harder on the field. But we know the risk every year. We keep coming back to play football, and as the years go by, we learn even more. You're still going to have people playing. There's a fine line between, like, the government stepping in, for instance, and saying, hey, we have to take action because this is a public safety issue. And there's a fine line between something like pro wrestling, where a guy knows the risks, he wants to take this one shot, he wants to fucking entertain the crowd the way they haven't been in a long time, let them see something different. Gimmick chair, he's gonna be mainly safe if it wasn't for the fucking cut on the fucking head from the bend. Again, that was just a mistake. But where does it end? That's all I'm asking. You know what I mean? The outrage that I saw from this chair shot is scary. I knew we lived in a soft society, and I saw the trajectory the last 5+ years of everything being taken away from us for our safety. You care more about our safety than we fucking put stock in because we know how we want to live, but you know how we should be living. Thanks. And over the past 5+ years, I've been seeing this go on, and we're reaching sad levels, man. Sad levels. All I can say is thank God, thank the Lord himself that I was born in the 80s and got to fucking see the 90s and got to live, because those were the last good years. Because once we got into those 2000s, man, whoa, shit just started going, whoop. Whoa, we got life good, man. Life is fucking good. The only thing we gotta do now is wake up, blog about how bad Donald Trump is killing the world, even though it seems fine, but he is, because this is what I heard on CNN. And then I'm gonna write another blog talking about how everyone should go vegan because it's healthier for them. I don't care how things taste or if you want to live life the way you want to. Vegan's the way to go. And I'm also gonna tell WWE and all the wrestling promotions in AEW not to ever do anything with the head. I'm gonna cancel hockey. Hockey's a lot of combat, so I'm gonna cancel that. I'm gonna make a blog, and I'm gonna sign a petition with Harvard, try to let them link up with Princeton and Yale, and maybe we could get this thing nationwide. And let's cancel hockey. Too much aggression, too much head injuries, too much fighting. Let's take that away. Boxing, UFC, let's get rid of it all. It's headshots. I'm going to get a Starbucks coffee. Whoa, what a risk, BC. You're fucking nuts. You have no idea. The Amplify, man. Saying check you.